All right. Not seeing anything else. If we could bring back in Ms. Willis.
Actually, Your Honor, the state has no further questions for Ms. Willis. So.
All right.
Embattled Georgia District Attorney Fani Willis will not take the witness stand for the second day. Former Assistant U.S. Attorney Andy McCarthy, now a Fox News contributor, of course, he joins us now. Andy, I just want to show you this one thing. Call for number 4 here is Wade and Willis's relationship timeline. And this matters because basically there's a discrepancy, right? We have 2021, Fani Willis installed as the Fulton County DA. In February of 2021, she opens this criminal investigation into Trump for election interference. November of 2021, she hires Nathan Wade as special prosecutor. That's on the first day of November. On day 2 of November 2021, he files for divorce, and it went on from there. Your thoughts about where we sit today and why you think she's not testifying today?
Well, I think to that, Dana, her testimony yesterday was kind of a train wreck, and it goes to some broader issues about, number one, her fitness to be the district attorney, not just her fitness to run this case. If you remember the way, as I understand it, the way that this was teed up, she was not going to testify. The state's whole approach yesterday to the hearing was the assumption that the district attorney was not going to take the stand. And then suddenly, after hours of this proceeding, she comes in evidently not particularly well prepared to testify and was essentially just, combative and non-responsive when she was under questioning. And it makes you think that they prepared for this hearing, which was a very important hearing for them, under circumstances where they thought she was not going to be on the stand. And then she came in and kind of blew it up. And it would be one thing if she came in and she hit it out of the park. But I think instead she did the opposite. And maybe overnight they just realized that, the old saw about, the first thing you want to do in a hole is stop digging.
Yeah. The Journal concludes this in the editorial board. What a disservice to the American public, the people of Fulton County, and the cause of credible justice. If the DA is on the stand discussing a getaway to Aruba, something has gone terribly awry. The suggestion from many, right, left legal circles here, Andy, is just go ahead and replace these two and assign it to another prosecutor. I want to know what you think about that, A. And I also want to know what you think about how the judge handled her yesterday. I think we'd have to go a long way, Andy, to find a witness who was as colorful as she was and allowed to speak with whatever range she chose to every answer, and whether or not the judge had a handle on that.
Well, I think there was a lot, from what I could detect, Bill, going on where the judge was just, came to a certain conclusion at a certain point that if she wanted to rail, he was just going to let her rail. There's a rich enough record at this point that he can make credibility findings about Wade and about her testimony, which she'll be called on to do, and the way that it seems to conflict with the paper record, it conflicts with other testimony. But in terms of just the broader picture, my impression watching this, as somebody who did RICO cases for a number of years, RICO cases are very complex criminal cases in time and space. They're probably as complex as anything that I was involved in as a lawyer. And, I've been somebody who's watched this case and said, they don't really seem to understand RICO. They seem to have used RICO to try to paper over other problems in their case. I'm not someone who says they have no case. What I've always said is, there may be crimes here, but they should have indicted a bunch of discrete little cases rather than try to go for the one big bonanza. My impression watching this case yesterday is, how could these people conceivably put together a compelling RICO? I mean, they can't even get through a hearing.
Got it. Andy, thank you. I hope you don't go far in the next hour.
Yes.
Because we're going to get back there in 20 minutes' time. All right. Thank you, Andy. Nice to see you.
Good to talk to you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.